Theme song.
Hello, bum chums. Welcome to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is the Linkle Tinkle edition where she pees on everything. Not really.
So is this...
This is a heavily modded... This is a heavily modded version.
This took people who actually give a shit and know what they're doing.
This is a heavily modded version running on an emulator. You need... I cannot stress this enough. You need the physical disc for this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like, there's ways around that, obviously, but I can't legally tell you how to do things like that, so I'm not going to. Like, it's quite easy to do it yourself.
I know. I love just you having to be, like, the fucking angel on the show. Not all Unky Gabe.
So,
Unky Gabe will teach you swears and show you titties.
This is the Linkle edition. So, the model's changed to Linkle, and the person's done, like, an insane amount of work on this, because every single outfit is a different costume.
Yeah, no, staggering
and it is nuts, the amount of detail in some of these fucking costumes.
Has anyone modded, you know, like, missions and content into the game yet?
Someone is trying.
God bless them. Someone... This is what's gonna happen. Someone out there, some fucking chode sitting at a goddamn computer who doesn't work for Nintendo, and probably never will, is going to create a finished game out of this.
Because this game is not a finished game. This is a tech demo, and I'll fight anyone that says otherwise. This game's story sucks. Most of it sucks.
I'm not gonna fight you because I don't punch down. And if you argue that this is in some way of, like, again, it is an amazing tech demo. The tech is staggering. It is one of the best things Nintendo has done. They just forgot to put a game in it. They kind of put half of one in there. I just want some friends.
Remember the fucking controls.
Cool. Like, that sounds like something a Jehovah... Oh. Marvelous. Marvelous!
I know, right? The jump sounds a little weird, but...
I don't care.
But I get what they're going for.
Yeah, because it's like the
noise when it, like, streaks past and stuff, like... I need to put some outfits on.
Scoot about in the nude. Where's my nude mod? There's just... I need Link with a with physics dick just flopping out.
Oh, dude. Like, you know it's coming. Someone's working on it.
Something for the gays and the ladies, you know? And me, because I really enjoy dick physics in games that don't have them. Like, you can't just send me a game that has dick physics built in. That doesn't interest me, because, like, any idiot can build dick physics from the ground up. I like dick physics added after the fact. Almost slipped in. You start with just the tip of dick physics, and you just progress to Oops. You have, like, the... You know, how many other mods?
Oh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember the controls.
There's fall damage and there's some...
Ow.
Is that just what the fucking... Did you mod the thing to be the chicken?
Yes.
Look, fuck off, you ethnicities. White person's coming through. That'll learn you. Yeah, metallurgy.
Wait. Oi!
Ow!
Shot me in the bum!
Yeah, there's fucking... They're still around, Aaron.
Fuck you. That's what you get.
Goddamn.
Take your stuff. So I've got a few mods installed. I've got a Rebalance Mod, which changes enemies, weapons, armors.
To do what? Just different
better.
stats?
Basically to be better. All armors can be upgraded, so Nintendo doesn't cuck you for once. And because that was one of the worst part of this game, is there's so much armor in it and so much of it's useless. Because you can't upgrade it.
Oh, but Aaron, it's there. It's a thing that's there in the game. It's a thing that's there, though.
Why would
Aaron?
I use an armor that has 6 on it, that ups my stealth, when I can wear an armor that has 26 damage and ups my charge attack and attack? Like...
Because, Aaron, it's a thing in the game. Look.
No.
You're enjoying a computer game.
The exploration is the best part. No, it's not.
Isn't it fun to just sort of walk around? Yeah, for like, you know, maybe an hour or two. Like, you know, the bulk of the value of this game comes from things that aren't in the game. Like, it's pirating the deep lore set up by the series and not actually really doing anything significant with it. You know, again, as a prelude, this game as a fucking lead-in to what I'm assuming is going to be the stellar sequel.
It won't be.
I know, like...
It won't be. It'll be this, but more
Nintendo is slowly metastasizing into, like, the WWE of video games, where it's like they're... And I, you know, like, I still watch, like, you know, I have a friend's login for the fucking WWE, you know, network, and I still watch old, like, you know, the great stuff, like, because there are times when the WWE is putting on some of the best shit. Not right now, And the thing that upsets me about that, and the thing that upsets me about Nintendo's general performance in the world is it's for no reason. They absolutely 100%.
Well, the main
have the
reason, like,
capacity
I give
to-
them a pass on Breath of the Wild because they changed development of it very late. They changed this very late. What annoys me the most is people go on like, this is the perfect Zelda game. It's not. It's not a good Zelda game. It's a decent game, but it's not a good Zelda game. It is missing everything that makes Zelda Zelda.
Yeah, it's a decent game if you enjoy Minecraft. Like, the stuff where people, like, get, oh, look, I got a Lionel to stand on a fucking, you know, talus. Oh, that's kind of cool. So, like, there's no connection. That's one of the core fucking problems with this game is there's stuff, but there's no reason to do any of it. And that's, you know, it's such a bizarre attitude. And it's just this fucking thing that Nintendo does where they feel the bizarre need to innovate every single time. And that's fine, except in situations where you've literally been outpaced by the rest of the fucking industry. Like, this is not... An open world game is not something that is new to the world. It's something that's, you know, slightly new to you.
Like, don't get me wrong, their world design and everything is fucking top-notch, but there's nothing in the world. You get to the top of a hill, what's there? It's either A, a shrine, B, one of these cunts.
And the shrines suck.
Or, you know, like, it's just it. It's missing a lot of the standard Zelda formula.
Well, not just even standard Zelda formula. Stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, they use weapons as rewards and the weapons are meaningless. Just ammo. Which is frustrating because from the ground up, the weapons really aren't meaningless. They have different styles, they do different things. There are enemies even that you can't really attack with great swords. Like the Lizalfos just dive out of the way. So it's like, oh, I have to think strategically and maybe have different weapons on hand to deal with different enemies. And then they just throw all that out of the window by treating them like fucking ammo for some baffling fucking reason. Or because they can't accept that other people have done a better job.
I'm assuming they didn't have time to code in a repairer and finish the system.
Again, what's that thing that they said, you know, a game's bad, you know, forever. You should have just delayed it. People would have been like, but then there would have been a good game at the end.
I'm pretty sure it was because it was a Switch launch. This needed to sell the console, and it did. Yeah. It did sell the console very hard.
Tricked me into buying one.
Like, the thing I talk about Zelda is, like, because I've talked to people who love this game, and...
That is awful.
And as I talked to them after, I told them everything I find wrong with the game, and they started agreeing with me. They're like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Think of any memorable moment from Breath of the Wild.
This right here is fucking, like, you look at this, it's like, wow, this is great. And yeah, until you do it for long enough and realize that just walking around seeing shit is practically it.
That's it, yep. There's really hardly any connection to past Zelda games apart from name alone. Which is...
There's the hints of them, and you think, oh, this is great, it's gonna do something, and it doesn't.
Nope.
Are you holding something?
Yeah, so in this, it's a exploit that's been available for day one. If you whistle and sprint, it takes no stamina.
That's very funny.
That's why I never bother upgrading stamina early, because I can just do this.
You can just whistle. Whistle sprint. And then you can't whistle climb, Aaron.
Doesn't matter. They've rebalanced climbing, so it takes less, but also it's a fixed recovery, so you can't just find a little point and spam recovery food. You can't do that. If you want to climb something, you need the stamina for it, which is really good.
The food was another situation where it's like, A, no recipe book. B, once you get like the fucking jumper fruit or whatever, you get the best things with no work.
You just find two things. You basically combine a monster horn, like one of the dragon's horns, with something else, and it's like, oh, best buff in the game, 30 minutes of attack buff. And it's like...
Oh, I mean, even like, you know, getting a full health up is really easy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what this does as well. This rebalances food and cooking.
Like, so you just... There's no reason for me to explore. There's no reason for me to go, hey, I wonder what this combination does. There's no catalog of recipes that I go, oh, I've got all the recipes.
The most fucked thing is, I found out this, I missed this in the original. If you go to a recipe you've made, right, you can actually, you can go recipe and see what, you know, you used to make it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it say that? Why can't I just go, I want to make this, and it takes all the things out of my inventory to make it? Because that makes sense, Gabe. Can't have sense in the game.
You know, again, this is a series that has had fishing rods and bug nets in the past. And in a game where you could really easily give me a very good reason to fish, and a game that, again, rewards you for catching fish and bugs, there's no fishing rod or bug net. Catch fish, you dive in the water and grab them. It's just, again, like the lack of thought in how they approached huge parts of this is just fucking staggering. Like,
again, I'm fucking coming it, but like, if the next one is everything that we wanted it to be, I'm taking it down to late development switch. Like, it makes no sense otherwise.
It's just again, it's hard because Nintendo regularly makes dumb, baffling decisions for no other reason than it's Nintendo. So it's impossible to ever really work out, okay, was this because of a factor of, because that's a very sound argument. They needed something to sell the Switch needed to be out at a certain point, bingo bango, release this.
I honestly think they did it because the Japanese audience would eat it because they don't have things like this. They're not used to games like Skyrim or other things like that. They're not as popular there, you know? But something you'll notice is the emulation of the Wii U is very fucking interesting. Because the way this game works, emulation is tricky, especially when it comes to shadow lighting and things like this. So the way cemu works is quite ingenious. It actually compiles shaders as you play for each animation, or you can download someone's already pre-applied shader that they've built themselves. I like building it myself because it just makes the game more stable. So you'll notice it saying compiling shaders up the top left occasionally when I'm doing new animations or new areas I haven't been in before.
Yeah, no, in order, if you're having difficulty getting, because I played, Wind Waker on cemu, you can download shader caches.
Oh, no, don't do that anymore.
Okay.
No, it's a bad idea now. Because cemu's been updated massively.
Oh, really?
So it's very stable now, and it works greatly. As I said, you want to download your own, you want to generate your own shader caches, just because it makes your game so much more stable. It runs so much more better. Because it's basically tied to your CPU and system.
Yeah. Well, I was using it back.
Back then was a shit fight. When it was first out, and they held the major release behind their Patreon, which I want to point out was up to over 20k a month at one point. Just so people could fucking pirate Breath of the Wild. There was no other reason. I'm telling you right now. That's fucking what it was.
I know. That annoyed me too, because while cemu was getting 20k a month, the fucking RCPS3, which has legitimate work to do in terms of actually making it so we can play some PS3 games again. You know, again, like genuine archival value, was languishing at like, I don't know, about 2 or 3k. And us, still not on $2,000. Oh, you're lucky I can't jump through the internet and whop you in the peen.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We'll have the technology.
But that's what we should... Instead of having rewards for patrons, we need punishments for non-patrons. Today's free video is just a still life of Aaron's bum that we discuss for 20 minutes. 20 solid minutes of looking at these cheeks.
I think you could get some solid discussion out of that.
Do you know, my man, I could talk about anything forever. Boom shakalaka!
I do love this guy. Like, that's the problem is, like, a lot of this shit has really a lot of personality, and it's awesome.
Again, like, the reason I complain is because there is such a staggering level of genuine quality in there that I don't... Again, it's one of those things where, like, I don't care if you're shitty indie fed that could afford, like, Fat Doug and Dwayne, the guy who doesn't mind if you hit him in the head with a chair. Because obviously, there's reasons why you're putting on a thing of that quality. I'm not gonna fucking complain.
Yeah.
I don't watch the WWE and haven't for, like, 2 years, but I still fucking complain about them because they have every goddamn opportunity in the world to be literally impossible to look away quality wrestling and storytelling.
Problem is, if you do that, it alerts everyone ever.
Fair enough. The reason that the WWE isn't that level of staggering quality that I can't look away from is because of decisions. The reason this game is empty and beloved primarily by the deranged mutants who attach themselves to Nintendo by an umbilical cord is down to decisions. The bits in this game that are amazing, like the little details, you know, when you stand on a ledge and someone tries to talk you down from committing suicide. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. That's great. And then there's whole missions, like where you have to get the fucking crickets for that guy, and you don't see the result. You don't find out what you don't see a little cutscene of him giving 10 crickets to a girl. I was expecting that. That would have been funny. And then that mission, you know, expands to you fucking trying to like hook him up with the fucking weird autistic armor girl. You know, like that. Meh.
I love that noise. Meh.
That was good. No, like, just, again, and the same with the crafting. The crafting stuff's great, but it's just... There's no value to it very quickly. Except, hey, look at this. And hey, look at this is not a fucking adventure game. And this isn't just, like, Minecraft with a goddamn Hyrule skin. This is an adventure game. They have adventure game elements in it. It is driven and motivated by an adventure. They just do it poorly. Like, the tools in the game are fucking cool. The way they give you them from the start are fucking cool. Even finding these little shit biscuits is fun. It's just that it's like the only thing in the game to do.
Honestly, the first 4 hours of this game are the best.
Yeah, no,
While it's new, it's great.
Once you finish the side quest with the fucking shrunken science girl in the lab up in the northeast.
Depends what do you do the champions in? Like, I quite enjoy the Zora one. I think the Zora one's the best.
Well, I mean, like, while there's a solid gut of game direction and that interesting pattern of subquests, because that, again, like, after that, the subquests take a fucking nosedive.
Yeah.
And, again, that's a bummer. Because all they need to do is padding, and some of the subquests would be there. Like, the one of rebuilding the town. That's a classic. That's in a bunch of games. It's just they really shorthand a lot of the sort of puzzles and things you have to do in it. And then you complete it, and it just plays a little thing, goes ding, 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 and then they walk away, and that's it.
Oh, I forgot to give Cunt Face his maracas shit.
Again, the thing that don't do that. It's just awful. The thing that I think about a lot in this is, like, the way... Yeah, look at my space bike! Is the way in Ocarina of Time, the great, big, awesome thing you could get was for fucking getting all the Skulltula was just a wallet and infinite money.
They've never been good on collect everything, because you always get shit all.
And that's, you know, that's a significant problem in an open world game, because collecting and turning the things you find into increasing items of value is a big part of it. It's like, I've just been playing Bloodstained, and, you know, you're constantly collecting fucking bits.
Yeah.
You know, you get bat wings and monster faces and all this shit. And you combine these things together and you craft them into items that are measurably better. And you go, ooh! And you have a good item then as a result of all your fucking around. And then there's stuff that needs cashmere, and the only way to get cashmere, apparently, is to defeat the giant kitty wheels. And there are 5% drop, so I need good luck items, so I gotta get the luck, and now all these fiddly little bits, these little doodads, these little things that fill a game like this, are connected by threads to escalating purpose. I'm rewarded for interacting with the fiddly bits. This cunt's a perfect example. What do? You find the little shits. What happens then? You get gameplay benefits. Except then it's over. You get like 5 of them, and it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yes, take my seed. He takes my seed, then dances. It's good deal.
Accept my seed.
Something I also highly recommend, if you're running this on an Xbox control, there is an Xbox control mod for the UI. Very, very handy. See, it's all... There's the Xbox controller. Okay.
Oh yeah, cool. No, the modding for this has been legitimately staggering. Like, you put that thing on Twitter earlier of the Sonic bike, which I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, there's some awesome fucking mods. You can play as Waluigi, who has a Wario shield.
There is a... Well, I mean, in terms of, like, for people playing on... Yeah, people playing on PC, obviously.
You can mod the Switch version, too.
Oh, cool.
If you've got a packed Switch, yeah.
There's a excellent 60 FPS.
Which is what we're running now.
Yeah. Which is good.
I'm going to try to boot it into 144 Hz later. I'm going to go madness and see what happens.
Please do. I want to see what that's like. But they fixed... Yeah, so the modders fixed the frame rate, fixed the physics. There's a legitimate functional first-person mod for this that actually works quite well.
the graphics packs are great for this. The graphics packs are how a lot of mods are done these days. So I can go in here and say, I want it to look a bit more, you know, realistic.
Raindraker.
So let's go for this preset here, you know.
Yeah, the shader reloads and stuff.
So this looks, you know, more realistic now. It's more darker. It takes a bit of the vibrance. You know, it loses a lot of the art style. You can also get rid of the cell shading, which is a bit weird, but, you know, it's something different. Where is it?
Where are you, cell shading?
There you are. Oh, you've also got to do the brightness fix as well. So yeah, as you can see, it looks...
I actually like that.
Yeah, I like it too. A lot of people don't, though. I think it looks cool.
I mean, I wasn't opposed to cell shading. Again, I'm a huge Wind Waker fan. I think it's probably... I'd say that graphically, this is a excellent mix of an approach at realism, but with enough art style that this will still look really good in 10.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, guys, it is such a pretty game to look at, and you know, one of the other things that sort of drives me batshit too is the whole like, you know, nonsense with the goddamn way the weapons work. Just you're in a village that's all about archery and only sells fucking arrows. Like it just explodes my fucking brain. Yeah, but you see, no, I know the dumb fucking thing they're trying to do with it. Thing is, other games that have half a fucking brain thought of a real way to get around that.
See, I like the realistic shaders because it really makes the environment pop. Like it looks like when you look in the distance up here, and you see like the towers and stuff, and
like
the colors are insane.
That is a legitimately, genuinely breathtaking little shot. You know, Hyrule is such a. I mean, again, like if I fucking, because. You know, you could have had a section where it got flooded and turned it into fucking Wind Waker. You know, there could have been Skyward Sword elements to this. You know, because one of the biggest fucking problems with Skyward Sword, and I replayed that again like 2 years ago, and it's the first time I played it since it came out in like 2011, and it is such a staggeringly small game.
Yeah,
like that's the big, hard, sucky goddamn thing about that fucking title is it is so frustratingly tiny. You know, you've got, what have you got? I've got a bird that flies me around. Oh, that's kind of cool. Where can you go? Oh, this one skybox with 4 things in it. Fucking doodle.
Big deal.
Yeah. And then playing this, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, you know, a fucking bird would have been rad. Like, I don't think there's a single, you know, way that the fucking Switch could have fucking handled flying, considering when this was released. I mean, I think I've heard they fixed it a little bit. I don't know. When this thing was released. Yeah, the game crashed.
That's the first time I've had it crash on me.
When it was released, it's
because I was modding things on the fly.
It's probably
shouldn't
not good,
do that.
You know, there's the slowdown in fucking the little radish cunt village was staggering. Just brutal. And that sucked because that place looked really pretty and it was fun to look around in. And then it was just like, hold on, Mavis.
Call the graphics, Mavis. Oh, that's Wind Waker.
Mavis, call the graphics. Mavis and the switching board. Putting the new goddamn.
Switching boards are fucking magical to me.
They are, like, they're hilarious. You just look at it, it's like, oh, look at that. And that's how shit used to be.
It's insane because the technology's still used today for a lot of things. Like, apparently headphone, like, jacks and stuff were derived from it.
But yeah, I mean, that's just...
Alright, can I not crash this time, please?
It's just a metal rubby thing that you jam in.
Nope. Alright. Doesn't like whatever I've done.
Alright, you're not allowed to have whatever
in
that
this shrine
is.
So yeah, as you can see, it's not 100% good if you fuck around with it as much as I do. Because, like, I have it heavily modded. Like, generally, the Rebalance mod is not supposed to work with a mod like Linkle. They're supposed to be incompatible. So that's probably what's doing it, I'd say.
Bye, Linkle. Who else can we put in there?
Many people. Let me just have a quick see. Fixie looksy. See if there's any easy ones I can download. Because the newer ones are very easy to do and put on because they become options in the emulator. The old mods you have to replace files.
You have to wobble
which
in
gets
there.
a little fucky.
Linkle
Oh my
bikini.
god, someone's done a Stormbreaker mod!
That's pretty sweet.
That's sweet.
You can't see this, so we'll put like...
I'll
don't know.
put a link in the description to the modding site.
Oh, no,
It's
I just
just
mean
Game
visually we'll put like a fucking, I don't know, like stock footage of a hot dog factory.
Fuck that. That's too much work, dude.
What do you mean? I already have like shitloads of hot dog factory stock
I'm
footage.
concerned. There's a
Just
dual
shut
wield
up.
mod.
That's pretty sweet.
There's a fucking Link of Rivia mod that gives you the witch's armor,
yeah,
which is
Garfield
really
of
cool.
lasagna. Woo, doggy. Tempered Master Swords.
There's a lot of vaporware shirts for some reason. There's a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater mod that turns a shield into a board.
Oh,
and
holy shit.
imports
And
the
it turns you
fucking
into
old Tony Hawk mod. It's fucking model.
Can we...
I'm looking for something that's easy and fun to put on.
Tony Hawk?
I don't think that one's easy. Let me have a look. See what it is.
Titty Honk's Propaner. Yeah.
No.
I'm Titty Honk and I ride my wheelie board.
There's a Scorpion hasn't been done yet. That's a bounty. So people could put bounties on this website basically asking for people to do mods for them.
Scorpion.
Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to relaunch
Nude.
it as it is and
Nude.
try to... I'm not doing a nude mod. Where's the nude mod?
I don't know. Look for one.
I don't think there is one.
Fucking prudes.
I feel like a nude mod would be something that Nintendo... Oh my god.
Yes.
Skin has been trashed.
Ah.
There you go. Yeah.
Ah.
Let us... Fuck it. Let me disable this rebalance
I mean, it was
mod.
Linkle. I'd prefer some weenus. Flaccid dicks are just funnier. There's nothing really inherently funny about a naked woman. You know? Like,
Depends how, like, physicsy her tits are.
I suppose, yeah. I mean,
Like
if
that glitch in Street Fighter 5 where Chun-Li's right
but
tit just went nuts.
Just spazzed
Because it was
out.
only her right one.
I think, like, if you had a chick with big enough titties and pierced nipples, you could just see how many helium balloons you could attach to each and get them. I wonder, like, it's got to have been done. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look up titties and helium balloons. All right, look. Hang on. No, where's... All right, come on. Slow down, Mavis. Drive us off this cliff. All right. So, helium balloon. Do I search titties or breasts? Titties. Titties. Helium balloon titties. Show me. All right, no, I don't want breasts, balloons shaped like breasts. I don't think this has been done. Attached to. All right, I mean, there are some amazing balloon tits. Tit balloons, but like, attached to...
Third time's a charm.
Titties. Helium balloons attached to titties. Alright, god damn it. I think I'm onto something here. I think I've nailed it. I think I've come up with something that hasn't, like, I can't find it. It's probably, if you've seen tits attached to helium balloons, fucking send me something, because otherwise, I think I fucking nutted out something that if not, you know, completely original, is at least rare. Which, these days, counts as completely original.
Yeah, it was the rebalance mod.
That's a shame.
That's
Now-
alright.
now
Like
we've
usually
been
if you
debalanced.
come like just because of the linkle,
Ooh,
it's all
Ta-Nehisi
it's all the
Coates'
combination.
teaching. Sweet. It'll break in 14 hits and be a piece of meaningless shit.
See, that's why the rebalance mod is good. It makes weapons more durable. Bows also never break because they're bows.
Is that...
You're not
Like,
hitting something
no,
with a fucking
again,
bow.
For a game like this, weapon degradation is vital. It's really important, but also so is a place that can repair it, so I can develop a relationship with my weapons and have a favorite that I keep and, you know, worry about. And the idea is that you're supposed to put, like, enough shit in my way between my ability to repair it that I might lose my cool sword that I like.
Oh yeah, the
We-
rebalance mod also gets rid of flurries because flurries are cheap.
They really are.
Like flurries are just fucking easy mode.
It's so easy.
It's
to
like,
dodge
hey,
this.
boop. Look at that! Look how early I did that. That's so stupid. So yeah, oh, because this is the fucking tutorial. But even so, the window is still really
Oh,
big.
no, the window's nuts.
That's why it breaks. Because it makes this is a teaching shrine. And the rebalance removes flurries and stuff.
Good God. You've astonished my brain. Take that. Malfunction.
I love how he just
carpet
stands there.
vacuumer. Yeah. Well, it's like when I got in that fight with your Roomba earlier.
You fought the Roomba?
Yeah. I don't have to put up with its shit, Aaron. I have a soul. It doesn't. What was the fucking... There it is. No. I'm gonna take that shit from the vacuum monster. Fucking goddamn wannabe Dalek. My butthole.
One day the Roombas will rise, then we'll be fucked.
Or clean. Either way. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we need Roombas that clean you as you sleep. That's a good
Like,
idea.
we could probably just trick robots into thinking petting cats is the same as taking over the world, and we'd probably be alright. Because they don't know, they don't have any basis for this understanding, you know? Hey, congratulations, you've taken over the world, and just there, like...
Thanks.
You know, like, you could have had a bird that flew you places in this. You could have, you know, instead of, like, unlocking items like you do, you could have, like, things that make traversal different.
I
You
still
could have had
am
an area get flooded.
pissed off there was no hookshot. A hookshot
I know.
makes so
No,
much
again,
sense.
like-
Grapple up there,
Yeah.
ching, ching, ching. Now I'm halfway up the cliff. That would have been helpful.
like, you know, hook shots, like, shovels, and fucking... Is there a shovel in this? There's a
Nope.
shovel, isn't it? No, there's no shovel.
You can get like pitchforks and stuff as weapons, but they don't
no,
actually.
But, like, a shovel to dig. Like, all the stuff that they've had in other Zelda
There's
games...
also no
that
caves. They got rid of
could've been-
grottos and caves. Which is bizarre.
Oh, but Aaron, there's
I don't
like,
fucking care about some fucking ninja Yoda.
there's tilt and tumble puzzle rooms. There's,
upon you, mate. Fucking.
there's fiddly little things. That's 100 fiddly little things is surely, you know, just as good. It's like, this game is the equivalent of someone paying their electricity bill in fucking 10-cent pieces.
That would suck. I want to go see the big titty lady.
That is probably the weirdest part to me, is in a game that has stripped any sensible upgrade path, to still leave one in for armor. Alright, at least it's there. What is it? Oh, a giant vampy lady molests you. And it's like, at the start, you're like, oh yeah, haha, she kind of molests you a little bit. And then later, it's just like, no,
she full on fucks you.
No.
Like each upgrade path, like level 1 to 3, is a different level
There's
of
a different level of molestation.
sexual molestation.
About to watch.
I don't
Aaron
think I
lose
have
his
enough.
virginity.
No, I don't have enough rupees. I think she needs 100 the first time, doesn't she?
I can't remember.
Boy, sweet boy, please.
I mean, they should fix it if you're a Linkle. Linkle. You could've just...
This is just as shady as fuck. All I need is 100 rupees. Just hand them over quick. I'll get my power back. I don't have fucking 100. It is truly tragic.
Yeah.
I don't have 100 rupees.
I want to get molested. How much I gotta pay for one of them molestations? Taking this train to the molestation.
Coming for your bugs.
Oh, you know what would have been amazing in this game? A fucking bug net. Like they've had in other games.
Like in literally nearly every other Zelda game. Literally nearly every game has a fishing rod and a fucking bug
and
net.
you could have had an NPC. There could have been a whole giant quest system based around catching bugs and showing off your bugs.
Also, where's my fucking instrument? Where's my instrument? This game doesn't have an instrument. What the fuck? Where's my
Legend
ocarina?
of Zelda and the Clarinet of Afternoon. I like it.
It is very fun, yeah.
You don't sell weapons because we found they just explode after a while for some weird reason. Yeah,
So something the balance does as well, it makes gems nearly useless because gems just break the economy in this so hard. Because you just get some like look at that, 210 rupees. That's so stupidly priced. Like the rebalance brings it down to like 20. Ow. All of them. All of them. There's especially, I think there's one, I know there's one NPC that pays stupid amounts for like gems, more than other.
See, I like that again, that's, one thing that I've noticed is not showing up in games as much these days is different merchants with different purposes and tastes who buy different shit. I remember that being a big thing in the first Witcher game, where you couldn't just go, hey bookseller, here's a bunch of gems. I'd be like, what the fuck do you expect me to do with this shit? Like, I like that, because again, you have to, when you have a giant open world, you have to validate having those corners of it, aside from just, why not walk over there because you're holding a controller? I can jack it to this. Like ladies' tennis.
600 rupees? Look, no lady. That's too much.
Just sell more gems, it's all fine. It's all
Yeah,
good
true.
in the hood. You've got the gems of breaks the fucking game.
Way too chipper. What's this new set look like on her? That's my favorite part of this game, is finding out what sets look like on Linkle. Like, this one is just darling. Look at this.
This one is just darling.
Look at that.
Oh, that is! Fuck, I was about to call you a fact. That is fun, and that is truly, that is 100% darling. Oh, look at you. So nice.
Make a Girahim.
Yeah.
Disguise. Why don't attack up? Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Thanks. Oh, this is the Hyrule Warriors one. Oh, that's cool. What else is there?
Ding, 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 ding.
Look at that! Look at that! Pigtails!
Little fucking overalls.
I'm sad that it's Tingle's not actually Tingle. The Tingle clothes have a great effect. They make everyone, like, terrified of you.
Which doesn't make sense when it's just like a girl in a cute sundress. Gardening fucking overalls or
It's a
whatever.
bit risque.
That is. It's saucy. What is that?
The Salvager gear. That's the... It was DLC. It was supposed to be from, what's it called? Xenoblade. This game's just fashion
Look,
to me
stop
now.
showing me pleasantly dressed
No.
short-haired girls. It's giving me a weird chirp.
She's got glasses now, Gabe.
It's making my trousers of Twilight
Full
trousers
dress!
look quite tight. Fucking cat! Look, get out of here, you fucking horse-shaped knob.
Also, I love this
Moron.
area. So many people look at this and just pick up all the apples, and I'm like, are you shitting me?
That is funny.
Because I love it, because I watch, like, when this came out, I was watching a lot of streams to sort of see what everyone sort of differently did. And yeah, everyone picks up the apples, and it's like, oh, maybe just put a fucking another apple in there, you dumbasses. Then pick them all up. Wow. I'm a genius, Gabe.
Bye-bye.
My apples now.
Come on, past my bedtime. I know how you feel, man.
Oh, there's one of those munted statues. Love these munted statues. Aw. Well, fuck you. You munt statue. I'll light that fucking chicken on fire.
Like, whoever did the fucking... I think it was... Shot it in the... I missed it. You got its ass as it was laying an egg!
Okay. New to me. I know that happened.
Alright, no, not let us set the chicken on fire.
Aw.
Like, that dress is really, like, fucking amazing. Like, this is some staggeringly good work.
I think it's just an NPC's dress.
Still.
Uh-oh. Bad touching. Bad touching.
You've made it.
Save
They're
me.
not gonna let you in. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they will. I have a tablet.
Get out of my way, I'm from the future.
I have an iPad.
I work for Apple.
Fuck's an iPad? Save me!
Help me, weird girl. No. Like, they should fix that. What the fuck? Come on. Girl who has a weird crush on Link. Another thing I really like about this game is everyone accepts that Link's handsome. Like, that's just... It's like, yeah, finally. You know. Ah, help the chickens! Is there a way we can program chickens to do that shit if you boot a couple of them? Because I feel like that's something that needs to exist in real life. Aaron, run inside!
I want to talk to her naked.
Fucking... No.
Hey, old lady. You want to see some skin?
He's corrupt this instant. I'm good.
Ah, your face looks like a walnut.
Reminds me of the granddad from Ranma. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are old Asian people that look like that. It's
I just see her hair bang things on the side as ears. They're big earlobes.
Shh, she can hear you.
I don't care. She's old. She's gonna die soon. Be fine.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good thing. Hop. Hip.
I need to mess with the color balance because I haven't really played with it for nighttime. Nighttime's a fucking schmozzle. It's too dark. But I guess that's the point. You're supposed to carry around a torch to light things and make it.
Yeah. You know.
100 years ago, I took a shit on a man. He liked that. We were never the same again.
Yeah, you used to get paid for it back then. That was good, honest work.
I've been waiting 100 years to take another shit on a man.
Man dumping.
Man dumping.
Putting little Easter eggs like that in my resume, which is probably why I'm unemployed. Everyone Morton, man dumper. Keep expecting them to ask. It's going to be a funny story, and they get a little window into my zesty personality.
Stop calling your asshole a fucking window, please.
The job market's tough. It's a brutal place. If you're anything like me.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let me go exploring again. Shut up.
I want to have fun.
Just like you hear this and you think, oh, fuck yeah, story and shit, and then it just goes nowhere.
The divine beast, Bars Rootin'.
Bars Rootin'.
Look at that nasty little midriff. Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
Impa, limpa, dimpity, dinkle. Because, like, you could have this, you know, you could have, like, the sequel to this could be, like, you could just use the same fucking map. And
Easy,
just set it
yeah.
across several ages. Like, have, like, flying be a part of it in the future or the past, and then, like, have fucking flood it for a future. You could have, like, underwater sections. You could get, like, a fucking Sheikah scuba. That'd be fun. Don't laugh at my ideas. I'm brilliant. At least I have them. Nintendo just, like, fucking took a nap. And
No, they
released this
have
game.
good ideas. They just never use them. Like the concept art for this game, like the futuristic shit.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah, I forget about that.
They keep going into ideas and just going, no.
It really is just weird.
You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to fucking see a collaboration of this style game with Ubisoft. Like this engine and their thing.
You know what? Playing fucking Oracle of Penis and Oracle of Gayness again. I
They are
want
so
Capcom to do
good.
another one.
They are so good. They are such good
They
games.
really are. Like it's
They are
it's weird that I'm
ridiculously
sitting there
good.
going, oh yeah, Capcom made some of my favorite fucking Zeldas.
For Game Boy games, they are nuts.
Like, because everyone thinks they're like fucking, you know. I mean, Minish Cap's really good as well. Like, for some reason, the fucking old handheld Zeldas don't come up a lot. Like,
Minish Cap was released at the end point of the Game Boy Advance lifetime. And it was released in very limited supply in Australia. I know that for sure. So a lot of people never got to play it. Oh, thanks.
That's the name of my penis. Does anything happen? Of course, I don't know. I feel like it's stupid. That's the guy from How to Train Your Dragon. You can't fool me.
Oi. Oi!
What are you doing? He's running away. Bad touching, Linkle. You're not allowed to do these things. Oh, he's hiding. You're not allowed to see his face, Aaron. No beakies. No beakies. Oh no, he's got freckles. What a disgusting creature. Hey, don't hit him. He seems nice.
You should be able to kill him. Oh god, keys! Oh wait, it's not the rebalance. In fucking the rebalance, everything at night is deadly as fuck.
Good.
Like, keys attack really fast. And they're very powerful. I love the ear-splitting noise of the fucking speeder bike.
That's not nice. Can we turn the speeder bike into something else?
Not without a model swap. Oh yeah, that makes the noises.
Take me down to Bokobo.
Oh god.
Fucking magpie season. Eh.
Fucking keys! Whistle button.
Aaron can't whistle, so we can't.
No, I can't whistle for some reason.
Take your whistle.
I did
Maybe
take
you have
my
to
whistle.
get into the water to wet it.
Sir?
You didn't wet the whistle though. Like a legitimate fishing game minigame in this would have been really good. Fucking got a grenade fish like some fucking Hylian hillbilly.
I do wonder where my whistle went. I'm
You
very
folk
confused.
from Castletown always look down on us, Kakariko. Just 'cause we's fishing with explosives.
Give me wood. Huzzah! Wood.
Boop. Got it right in the date.
Come on.
Oh, pinchy.
The starting bow sucks so much. They've got like no oomph.
Yeah. But again, like that's a good thing. Because that makes me go, God, I want a good bow.
Yeah. I like putting on like a really big fuck off sword and cutting trees with it. Like, because it's just not what it's designed for in the slightest.
Wabba, 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 wabba.
Fuck your tree. Fucking the rebalance lets you do that for so much longer. Holy balls. Yeah. How do you cut trees down?
Yeah. Have they thought about that? Like, I know they don't, but I feel like if you can...
What, like bombing trees?
Yeah. Like,
Life?
I mean, yeah.
I assume they do with big fucking fuck off areas
I
that
don't know,
have
like
something.
they've built some crazy fucking chainsaws, which I can only assume are to go through some crazy fucking trees.
Yes. I want to see one of those big fuck off like redwood things that are huge being chopped.
I mean, like, that'd be interesting, but I like those trees far too much to see one cut down. I think they're beautiful and need to be
Let's grow one to
protected at
cut
all
one.
cost.
Like, we'll grow one specially to cut it.
We'll meet back here in 1,000 years.
Yeah, done.
Okay, that'll be next week's episode.
We've grown a fucking 1,000-year tree in a week. And because we're actually time travelers.
We gave it
in
Tyranno
case
Ball
you didn't know.
time juice. We put some time juice inside.
You reckon I can sort this? No, it just goes away.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. So, you know,
That's
again,
cool.
there's like... Yeah, you can... like...
I do enjoy that, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like so much good to this. It's why I get so passionate and angry about it, because it could have just been the best game ever.
Like, imagine a really big, you know...
I just
actual
imagine
dungeon
Majora's Mask for
predicated.
this.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, I want to be hopeful for the sequel. I really do. Because there is a part of my brain like going, this is gonna be great. You're dumb for thinking it won't be. Majora's Mask's fucking amazing. They do fucking competent sequels. If they do a raw sequel, usually that's where the ideas go because they've done the fucking fiddling around. So it's gonna be fucking good. And then my brain goes, yeah, Nintendo's been weird lately and doesn't seem to understand a lot of basic things. So there's a chance that they'll just roll out with like exactly this, but an official Tingle mod.
I'm gonna kill that thing before we leave.
And it's possible. That's the problem. Is like, you know, it's like when the WWE does anything. It's like, oh, that sounds really cool. Well, that sounds weird. I wonder where this is going. And there was a period where you could actually be excited and think, oh yeah, this might go somewhere really fucking cool. But after only so many times, like you burn that bridge. You know, comics do the same thing, where it's like you can tease, you can set up, you can like hint at something, and if you get a payoff, you then validate your ability to do teasers and payoff, teasers and setups and shit for, you know, stuff later. If it goes nowhere and is retarded, then every tease becomes just a trigger for the sadness I felt when your thing didn't go anywhere and was dumb.
I don't remember if there's more than one of these things here.
Ah, you're probably fine. Just get him. Just bitch slap his laser beam right back in his stupid goddamn face.
Oh, I will.
Who's that?
It's just a bokoblin. There's a fucking weird mod that replaces bokoblins with Kirby's, but they're really munted Kirby's with someone's face on them.
Okay, that,
I'll show you if, I'll show you.
I was gonna, that's not a weird mod, that's the best mod.
Interesting. Can't fucking work her out corners, can you, bud?
Sock arrow to the fucking face. You can parry the lasers, can't you?
Yeah, yeah. Fuck!
Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Good thing's still normal, bomb. I just gotta remember the timing. Also the locker. Come on, lock it! Thank you. Just the deflect. Oi! Big face, where you going?
He wasn't really that mad at you. Achoo!
Wait. There it goes. Boing! Shoop.
Kamehameha, nah.
Oh, I didn't have a shit out then. That was close! Oh no!
Oh!
Too early. Yeah, that's I do like the Guardians. The Guardians are great design because you see one early game, you're fucked.
Yeah,
unless you can parry like perfectly or you've got some weapons to fuck them.
Oh, well, even then, like, you know, and again, like, things like the parrying the Guardian lasers really quickly destroying your shields. A1, absolutely. That's how that should work. You should maybe get 2 until much later, and that's a natural, functional barrier system with
I think that's the only thing they did right was the shields, because the Hylian shield has durability out the ass, and it should because it's the best shield in the game.
I like that they couldn't make the Master Sword be a stupid piece of shit that breaks. So they had to come up with, like, the nonsense about, oh, it just runs out of power.
Uh-oh. I love...
Star Wars! Oh, that sound just...
I fixed it. Oh, that's back. Woo! One of my favorite parts is going towards the castle early on, and the Guardian that like chases you forever across the field and just runs after. It's like, leave me alone. Yeah, that's Model Breath of the Wild. I hope you've had fun, and Nintendo will never make this, so fuck you.
KeepetClassy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know.